Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. As you saw from the thumbnail, we're talking about Transcendence today. And the main thing I want to discuss is the clip you're about to see. This clip is me coming out of Transcendence and then subsequently getting another full Transcendence meters in the span of 9 seconds. Yes, it is a beautiful thing. And before we get into the weeds of it, of course, I do need to say that was pretty much optimal. We have a lot of things going on in this clip, which we'll break down piece by piece in the video. But to temper your expectations and be realistic with everything we're going to talk about today, you can expect to get Transcendence easily in under 30 seconds every time with much room for optimization. Also, before we do go any further and break down what we're looking at, I do want to give a shout out to Llama, good friend of mine. He definitely teed me on to this strat. I've been looking for ways to get Transcendence as quick as possible, and I found some interesting things, but Khvostov and kinetic weapons was not what I was expecting to use. So make sure you go send some Llama some love because he's just an awesome dude. Now then, back to the actual video. What is going on in these clips that you're seeing in the background where we are getting Transcendence extremely fast? The first thing is the weapon we're using. We're using Khvostov. I just got this today and oh my god, it feels fantastic. This might be one of my favorite exotics ever, both for its functionality. I mean, if you've used it, you know how good this thing is, but also for the sentimental value it holds to me. As a quick tangent, Khvostov kind of was the video that brought this channel to life, so I couldn't be more grateful for a set of pixels on a screen. And to have it back as an exotic weapon that isn't just a gimmick, I couldn't be happier. Now then, Khvostov, the main thing that's actually assisting us in getting Transcendence so quick is the damage of the ricochet bullet. If we look at the description here, it says the right choice. Every 7th bullet from this weapon deals additional damage and ricochets to nearby targets. That's the white tracer that you're seeing going from enemy to enemy, and it does a lot of damage. And if you watch that tracer alongside our Transcendence meters, you'll see that those ricochets increase our meter a ton, much more than what a normal bullet will do. And because these ricochets are so easy to proc, they have such a high uptime and they have such great benefits, you can probably understand why it's a part of this combo. And to be honest, I don't think there are many other weapons that will be able to synergize with our Transcendence meters as much as Khvostov can. Now, with that said, there is another huge piece that I have to talk about that goes alongside Khvostov, and that is the fragment Facet of Grace. This is genuinely just as big, if not more important than Khvostov itself. You can't have one without the other. Looking at the description, it says defeating targets with kinetic weapons grants you bonus Transcendence energy. Defeating targets with your super grants you and nearby allies bonus Transcendence energy. This is so important because without this, Khvostov essentially gives you nothing, but that's just kinetic weapons in general with our prismatic kit. If we wanted to look at the actual benefits coming from Facet of Grace, normally we could check out the Destiny data compendium or LightGG and the community notes there, but we really don't have much, so we're just going to use anecdotal evidence and what testing footage I gathered. So here I am at the entrance to Grasp of Avarice. We've got a lot of enemies, it's fairly easy to tell. This isn't going to be an exact science by any means, it's just going to be kind of a ballpark. But in this clip that we're seeing, we have Facet of Grace equipped with Khvostov, and I wanted to count how many ricochet bullets it takes to get our full Transcendence meter. What I found was that, again with the fragment, it took 7 bullets or 1 minute of shooting 1 ricochet bullet at a time, which isn't long, but you know, when you're shooting 1 bullet at a time, it's fairly quick, I'd say. Then if we directly compare that to Khvostov and proccing the ricochet without Facet of Grace, so this is no bonus energy for kinetic weapons, it takes 18 ricochet shots or about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If we go off the time, which again, definitely not an exact science, this is just very much how it feels, at base, it's around 2.5 times faster. But again, you're looking at the actual B-roll that I have where I'm using Khvostov, and Transcendence comes so quick with this fragment. The fact that you can have Transcendence up so often thanks to one singular fragment and one absolutely cracked exotic weapon that I'd probably be using anyways, it's like Transcendence just lowers the cooldowns of all your other abilities. Honestly, building into Transcendence isn't something I haven't seen a lot of people do, but oh my god, is it fun and rewarding. Transcendence is just nuts. And before I start gushing more about why having such high Transcendence uptime is very desirable, we gotta talk about the last thing that is really helping that original clip of getting Transcendence in 9 seconds. That is the artifact mod, Transference. This mod reads, gain increased grenade and melee damage while Transcendent, weapon final blows while Transcendence, refund light and dark energy after Transcendence ends. Honestly, this is a incredibly strong perk. I would take it alone for the increased grenade and melee damage. But what really helps us in this specific scenario is the refunding of light and dark Transcendence energy. If we look at our meters in that first clip, when we're coming out of Transcendence, I got enough weapon kills prior with Khvostov to get 50% of the meter back. That means the start line is already halfway to the finish. Regardless of what source you're using, whether it's Khvostov, whether it's even Facet of Grace, or just anything you're using abilities or normal elemental damage, using this single artifact perk halves the necessary energy to reach Transcendence. And that is actually everything that went into that first clip. There are a couple more things that I want to talk about specifically for reaching Transcendence quicker that I didn't even use to get it in 9 seconds. The first one would be to throw a grenade or something. I just used Khvostov. If you threw a grenade or threw a melee and got light and dark damage that way, I could easily get Transcendent faster than the 9 seconds. Granted, when we're already talking about such a small amount of time as 9 seconds is, there isn't really a whole lot of need to optimize it any further. Using a grenade or a melee like that might just be a waste of time since you're about to get Transcendence where you are supposed to toss those. It's really just a case-by-case basis. Sometimes you can get your full Transcendence with just Khvostov, other times you can throw abilities, don't even have to use Khvostov or Facet of Grace. And then the next thing that I didn't use in this clip but could get us our Transcendence faster is, like I just said, abilities, but instead we're back on Facet of Grace, and we can see it says defeating targets with your super grants you and nearby allies bonus Transcendence energy. I feel like most of us already know that Song of Flame is absolutely busted for gaining light Transcendence energy, but looking at this clip, we get full light Transcendence energy in 1 grenade and 1 melee. And then by the end of the super, we have 50% of our dark Transcendence energy. And then contrasting that directly without Facet of Grace and our super, it took us 3 grenade and melee combos to fill out our light energy, and then we have 0 dark energy. So you could use Transference and your super to 100% just feed into each other. Transference give you 50% of your energy back, and then your super gives you the rest. At least if you're using Song of Flame. I didn't really try this with anything else. And then after that, there's a number of things you could use. You can use Facet of Devotion, where defeating targets afflicted with stasis or strand debuffs grants a bonus light Transcendence energy. Let's get more of that. Facet of Honor, collecting an elemental pickup or destroying a tangle grants Transcendence energy of the same type. That gives a ton of energy. You can use that, but honestly, those might just end up unnecessary. Again, showing the beginning clip one more time, this is just Khvostov, Facet of Grace, and Transference. That's all you need. And that's all I really have to say, I think. I just wanted to showcase this off. Again, huge shout out to Llama. It has been an absolute treat to play with this strategy that he let me know about. And of course, go check him out because I cannot take full credit for this. Now, with that said, let me know if there's something I missed. I definitely think there's many strategies to reach Transcendence, and this is just one of them, and also one of the more fun ones. So if you have any strats of your own, definitely leave them down in the comments below. And if you got this far, just thank you so much for watching. We're on our way to 9,000 subscribers, and I couldn't be more happy that you're here with me. If you want to support me and support the channel, again, a like, a comment, and a subscription helps out a ton. If you want to support me in the channel but you can't think of a comment down below, Transcendence. And with that, as usual, I hope you are having a great day, and I hope to see you around.